Hello and welcome to the News at 7, where we get to the heart of the day's stories and communities across Scotland. Tonight, 33-year-old Mark Keel left his partner with more than 50 injuries in what the judge described as a cowardly and evil attack. Also tonight. And we'll be joined by the accomplished teenage accordionist who's Scotland's Young Musician of the Year. And we can't forget about the sport with Lewis. Lewis, what have you got? Thank you very much. Hello, I'm Sarah McMullan. Welcome to the News at 7. A convicted domestic abuser has been given a life sentence for the murder of his partner, in which she sustained more than 50 injuries. 33-year-old Mark Keel killed mother of four Maxine Clark at her home in the Ridgey area of Glasgow in what the judge described as the actions of a brute. Keel was sentenced to a minimum of 22 years in prison, but was warned he might never be freed, as Nicola Nicholson now reports. Well, that's just one story of many, but of course these long waits affect thousands of people waiting on all different kinds of surgeries. The charity Arthritis vs Scotland advocates on behalf of around a third of people on NHS waiting lists. Well, Alan McGinley is their policy manager and he joins us in the studio now. Good evening, Alan. Thanks for being with us. To start off with then, can you give us just a bit of an idea of the scale of this issue?
Yeah. And today's figure.
You're saying essentially, Alan, that this is a bit of a postcode lottery then?
Well, it is at the moment, yes. And I think we're always going to support Pro 2021. Lots of ideas at how to make this work. So we just. And
Alan, you yourself are getting surgery next week. How long have you had to wait for that date?
Well, I would need to bring that down, those long waits.
Okay, Alan, we'll leave it there. Thank you very much for your thoughts this evening on the programme. We appreciate it. Thank you. Now, Nigel Farage has defended an ad put out by his Reform UK party ahead of the Holyrood-Hamilton by-election, which his opponents say is racist. The advert features clips of a 2022 speech in which the Scottish Labour leader Anna Sarwar talked about wanting to see more people from the South Asian community involved in politics. Mr Farage today played the advert at a Reform media conference. Here's what both leaders had to say. That was Ian Hamilton with that report there. OK, well, let's get a roundup of the stories which are making the BBC News app here in Scotland. Scotland's largest airports could be affected by strike action this summer after hundreds of ground service crew rejected pay offers. Unite the Union say workers at Glasgow and Edinburgh turned down two separate offers. Elsewhere, critical failings at NHS Highlands Care at Home service in Sutherland put vulnerable patients at risk of harm, according to the Care Inspectorate. It said their needs were often neglected. And Edinburgh's winter festivals were worth almost £200 million to the city last year, with almost 3 million visitors, according to reports. That's despite the cancellation of Hogmanay events. Well, for more on all of these stories, you can scan the QR code, which you can see on the screen here for you now. That takes you to the BBC Scotland News app, and there is much more there for you, including the young Scottish actor who's been cast as Harry Potter in HBO's new TV adaptation. Now, at this time of year, Scotland erupts into colour as rhododendrons bloom into life. But these ones here, Rhododendron ponticum, are extremely invasive and can have a devastating impact on native plants. And now Forestry and Land Scotland are trialling a new technique to keep them in check. Ben Russell has been to Loch Lomond and the Trossachs National Park to find out a little bit more. Well, still to come, we'll have the weather forecast with Kirstine, and we'll hear from the accordionist who's just become Scotland's Young Musician of the Year. But first, of course, it's Sport with Lewis.
And Sarah, Jacob Fernley, he's back in action on Thursday against Ugo Umber. I hope you like my pronunciation there.
Oh, I did. You've been practising.
I've been working on that one.
Lovely. Thank you very much. Now, of course, the accordion is the iconic sound of Scottish dance music, but the instrument is also a feature of countless genres around the world. Well, one musician putting its versatility to good use is 17-year-old Inver Shand from Fife, who's just been crowned Scottish Young Musicians Solo Performer of the Year. The competition saw young musicians from schools right across the country battle it out at Glasgow's Royal Conservatoire, but it was Inver who blew judges away with his incredible performance. Lovely. Well, earlier I caught up with Inver and asked him how it felt to take home the title. Person on, how did it feel then waiting for your turn to go up?
Yeah, I was out.
Not the first time you've won a big competition though, is it?
No, yeah.
Any relation to Jimmy Shand?
Asked me that.
Inver, tell me then, how does it feel when you're playing the accordion? And you've very much grown up around music, haven't you?
And got a bit bored, so
Or is there something that you wish people knew about the instrument?
play modern day stuff, potentially do it as a career.
Yes, it was lovely to meet Inver earlier and chat to him. Okay, let's get the weather forecast now. Christine is with us. Christine, a good drying day today.
Do you know this? You've taken the words right out of my mouth, Sarah.
Shows how we think.
Yes, indeed. The dry, settled spell's been quite a distant memory at the moment, isn't it? Yeah, a good drying day. We've had a fair amount of sunshine cast, Sarah.
Okay, Christine, thank you very much. And that's all from us here. I hope you have a lovely night. Bye-bye.